My deployment is going onto EC2 instances and on-premise servers, right? So it can deploy on EC2 and on-prem. Now, one thing which you have to find out is how it is connecting to on-prem. Connecting to on-prem. I want these steps, not that, okay, it is using direct connect or it is doing this and so on. I need the proper specifications how this code deploy is able to deploy services on-premise servers, right? So all those details I need. Correct, everyone? Is the assignment clear?
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. Now let's say when you have to perform, let's say, in place deployments or blue green deployment, because those were the two options we saw in the deployment group, right? So first what you do, you went to create application, and after that what we did, let's say application creation was done. Sorry. And in this we selected the option as EC2. Selected option as EC2, right? Now when you selected the option as EC2, after that we create the application. Okay, this should be there, right? And after that we need or move to the other task, which was creation of deployment group. Creation of deployment group. Now when you are doing the deployments, so there are two types of deployment which you have. One is the in place deployment, and the other option is a blue green deployment. So what is a blue green deployment? What is a blue green deployment, everyone? Come on. What is a blue green deployment? Everyone must have heard about this term. Canary deployment, blue green deployment. What is that? Come on, think. Okay, so if I have this setup, can I refer to this as blue green? What do you think? Can we refer to this as blue green or not?
But you said both are same. Like after it will go to that state.
No, I'm asking the question. So
No,
can we
if it
call
is
it?
no, if it is two different server,
Yes,
yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
yes,
It's blue green. Blue, old one is blue, the new one is green. So yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Mahesh is right actually. It is not blue green. If these are two different servers,
Uh,
two different identical servers, then it is blue
then
green,
correct.
right?
So,
But if it
so
is
is it
same,
so is it like pre-pod and post-pod?
no, no, no. Even in pre-pod and post-pod, the servers are same.
Okay,
Means prod servers are same, right? Blue green deployment means in blue environment, the older or the current application is running. And in green deployment, your new version of the application is running. Environment wise, configuration wise, both the servers are identical. Correct? So it's like two applications.
So
Sorry, same
two
app.
identical servers in which one is in the blue server, the old one is running, and the green server, the new one is running. Am I right, sir?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. So these are two identical servers. Means these two deployments you have only created, right? So one is, let's say you refer as blue, and other as green. On this one, you have the current application running. And on this, you have the new version of the same application running. And configuration wise, both servers are identical. Both servers identical in configuration. Correct? And why do we do this? Why do we do this? So first part is validation and testing. Validation plus testing that everything will work fine because we have tested on to the exact replica of the environment. Correct? If we have done or worked on the exact replica of the environment, then nothing can be better than that. What do you think, everyone? If you have blue-green deployments, so you can easily deploy
Yes.
because it is reducing the deployment risks. Reducing
You
deployment
mean to say beta testing?
means, see, beta testing is like you're
Canary
testing it
deployment, right?
on a feature set, right? I am talking about at the server level because blue-green deployment is more of a server-related offering.
Okay.
I think beta testing is more like canary deployment, right?
So canary deployment is also working in a different way, right? Right? They are also a type of blue-green deployments only,
Yes, sir.
right? Right? But
So what is this validation and testing means? Like, are we
validation
ensuring?
is when you have running the same newer version of the application on the same identical servers,
Mhm.
you are 100% sure that compatibility issues, problem with the code, vulnerability, bug testing, everything I've done. And it's working absolutely fine on this.
So it's more of environmental, right?
Yeah,
Environmental
means
validation,
environmental
not the
level,
application.
you
Yes.
have tested everything. Yes, we are testing the environment basically.
Okay. Makes sense. Got it.
Correct?
Yeah.
So Canary is more of a detailed step approach, I would say, because there are multiple steps evolved in your Canary deployments, right?
So
So you
beta
try
will
to
be
follow.
done on staging, right? Not production.
Beta is also done onto the, let's say,
Production, no?
production environment as well,
Uh-huh.
but usually it is not pushed
Mm.
in case of, let's say, you have a vulnerability check in your environment.
Mhm.
So you receive an SCCM patch from your Windows team.
Mm.
If it is a standard offering, it will automatically push, and that is how we build, right? It is not happening. Everything is happening automatically, but at some point of time, we are the one who have built the pipeline. That is why we say automated, right, Mesh?
Correct,
So
correct.
when you are doing or saying that beta testing is there, beta testing is requiring a manual intervention. That okay, I need this beta version in my machine to test it. So
Mm.
you have to involve a manual approval.
Mhm.
And when you are sending a vulnerability or a security patch upgrade, that is acting as a mandatory thing. So you push it directly to the production.
Mm.
Beta features are more for testing related. You roll it out for everyone,
Mhm.
correct? Whenever
Got
you
it.
are rolling your beta versions are what? More of a, you don't offer support for beta, frankly speaking. No supports are offered for beta. You will only offer support for standard offering, correct?
Beta is like just to check whether everything works fine before it goes for the general availability, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because if
So
hundreds,
obviously, if any issues come, then it has to be taken care, right?
they are not supporting, they will fix it, but they will not commit any timelines to you,
Oh, okay, like that. Okay. So,
right? But if you have offered a project or you have purchased some application, let's say today you have purchased Adobe Reader, latest one.
mm,
Any problem with the stand offering, they will help you support. You will go to the support team, they'll fix it immediately, or they will be providing you 24 cross 7 support. But for beta versions, they say it is a new launch available for testing, but this is not something which we recommend.
got it, got it. Yeah.
And they will say it is in testing phase, kindly use the stable release.
Okay, okay. Yeah, got it.
Correct? So
Yes,
that
yes.
is how it works. Okay, fair enough. So let's come back to the agenda, what we were discussing. I forgot what I was talking. Okay, yes, we were talking about the
Blue
in
green.
yeah, blue green. So blue green, everyone is clear. We are trying to have identical deployments, two different servers, and the purpose of this was that you are deploying two different servers. One you are doing it for, let's say, where you have the current application, and same testing or same environment you will be placing the newer version, right? And on that newer version you can test or whatever you want to do, you can do that, but you are not impacting or changing anything onto the existing environment, correct? That cutover you do later on. As of now, no cutover is happening. Second thing, when you are working with your EC2 instances, right, EC2 instances and specifically on-prem. So whenever we are working with on-prem devices, there is one thing which you must have always seen. What is we need to deploy? There is one additional things which we always need, especially when we are working with third party or on-prem. What is that? What is that?
Can you repeat the question, sir? I didn't get
So
you.
the question is, whenever we are working with third party deployments or on-prem, and for connectivity to the cloud provider with the help of internet, we need that one thing. So what is that?
AWS direct.
AWS Direct Connect is a dedicated connections, right? That will
Internet
help me.
gateway, sir.
Internet gateway is there, that's a service. I'm talking about on the servers.
Permissions, huh? Permissions to their machines.
I will answer it because I don't think everyone is thinking in the right way. It is the agents which you need, right? You
Okay.
need the agents on the on-prem device. How otherwise, how the on-premise server will know? Although I answered the question, which I gave you the assignment. So,
Okay.
so it is the code deploy agent. I wanted to tell it for EC2, but somehow it is the same for on-prem. So the answer to this is code deploy agent. And usually the problem happens with when you're deploying the agent, right? So if you check on internet, you will find several scripts for doing the deployment, right? So also have one script for the deployment. There is a small shell script I have written, right? So this script I use for doing the code deploy agent installation on on-prem servers, right? So I was thinking that you will all find it yourself, but I don't think you were all thinking in this way, right? That there will be some agents and you have to
No, sir.
look
I
for
didn't
some
think it. I thought it from the AWS point of view. I didn't think
Yeah,
in
so
the.
this is AWS only, right? I am getting the wget from AWS only. See?
No, no,
No,
no.
no,
I
no,
didn't
no.
think from your perspective.
I thought it was a service within the AWS. I didn't
No,
think
no,
it
no.
was from the on-prem.
So when you're deploying the on-premise, you can easily you see the option on the cloud, and when you learn with some Udemy course, they have this on-premise server already ready, right? But basically, you will not get information on the scripts and everything which is needed. But when you will work in organization, this is my organizational script only, right? Which we use for deploying onto the to make that agent deployment process seamless, correct? Otherwise, this deploy agent gives a lot of problem in installing onto the on-premise environment and EC2 instance as well. Make sense, everyone? Correct? So that is why it becomes
So
very
agent
important.
will act as per the script, huh? Like what you want.
Yeah, agent is, see, when we do the practical, at
Mm-hmm.
that time we will see that ultimately agent is doing what? It is getting that, creating a directory, and in that directory, we are downloading this agent, code deploy agent 1.3 is a package which we are downloading. But this is we are using with the wget command, correct? So
Mm-hmm.
similarly, this should happen with the help of AWS. But when you do with the AWS, sometimes there are a lot of errors which you get, correct? Some things fails. So to avoid that, organization what they do, they create a shell script and they put this shell script as a part of the build process, right? So if I was using code build, so in that case, I will use this file or put this file as a part of my, let's say repository. And from that repository, it will fetch this file. I will give the path in the appspec.yaml or somewhere I will give, and they will pull the file from, let's say, code commit or GitHub, and they will put into the build server. From build server, it will send the build logs to S3. From S3, I will pull the zip file of the build and use that into code deploy. And from the code deploy, I will install onto the servers. That is how we do in the organizations, right? So the
Super.
script is basically helping you to install that agent on the on-premise servers. In case I want to use pipeline to deploy application onto the on-premise servers. That is the use case of this. And the purpose of this script is to only deploy the agent, right? Is it fine with
Okay.
everyone? It is
Yeah.
not doing anything. The purpose is to only deploy the agent. If you see the commands, sudo apt get update. This is a normal Ubuntu command, right? You are updating it. Then we are installing a Ruby full version for this. Now with wget, this is a URL from where I can download the agent. Now mkdir, I'm creating a directory. Then dpackage, I'm unzipping just like you unzip the package. Similarly, I'm depackaging this, right? And then I am defining the SCDs for this. That okay, if they whatever are the dependencies, kindly install the dependencies which are there, right? Now depackaging Ubuntu 22, and again sudo depackaging Ubuntu 22. These are the agents which are there, right? And this is the basically the folder in which I'm getting. I'm installing this and systemctl. What do we do with the systemctl? That I'm grepping the code deploy service, right? And after that, I'm doing a agent status or agent status whether it is running or not. And sometimes when the agent is not running, you can do a agent restart as well. That we may use in the practicals. You can use the command by logging onto the EC2 instance service code deploy agent restart. So in case the agent is not working, you have to restart the agent. These are small troubleshooting I'm telling you, right? Is it fine with everyone? The use case of this script? I know it may be
Yes.
complex, but
Yes, yes, I
our
understood this. Yes.
our target is what? DevOps engineer, right? So we have to do complex thing as well. Everyone fine with it, right?
Yes,
All
sir.
good. Everyone is silent. What happened? Good to move forward?
Abhimanyu,
Yeah,
I
Abhimanyu, one query from my end.
yeah.
So this pipeline will be in cloud. Only we will deploy this in the on-prem. So for that we are installing that agent in the
No, no.
on-prem,
I
right?
am I am explaining you everything. See, when we are
Mm,
talking about this Learnbay app, right? And
mm,
when we went to code deploy, right? There were three options. One is EC2 on-prem, one was your Lambda, and other was ECS. I
mm,
can select a Lambda, put the code, that is very easy task.